arrived at the Crescent Moon Lake. This place is absolutely unbelievable. You can see the height of these sand dunes in the background. Some of them go up to 150 meters tall. 150 meters. You can't even comprehend how much sand that actually is. I mean, this is the Gobi Desert. It's amazing how many different kind of landscapes there are in China, you know. Just last week, I'm in like a municipality city of Beijing with loads of, you know, cultural infrastructure and the political center of Beijing. And now, just a few days later, bang, I'm in the desert, all in the same country. Now, there's something I want to talk to you about a little bit more towards the end of the video, and I really want your input. So make sure you stick around until then. But before that, we're going to explore this area, because just over there somewhere is the natural phenomena, the natural oasis. So we're going to go over and have a look at that very shortly. And I guess we're going to climb some of the sand dunes. Unfortunately, it is a little bit cloudy today, as you can see. I was hoping for some sun so that we might be able to see a sunset, as it is like 6 p.m. right now. The sunset's really late in the northwest, so it doesn't get dark until about 10 o'clock, which really reminds me of summer in the UK. But then in winter in the UK, it gets dark at like 4, which is horrible. I've taken my shoes off and I've been told that my feet are way whiter than my legs. Oh my God, on the camera, on the camera, it looks like I got black legs and white feet. There's no feeling like burying your feet in the sand. It's just one of those comfortable things, you know, walking through grass or walking through sand. It's so nice. 你好，哦，你的头发好酷啊！我要你的头发。拜拜，拜拜。That's so cute. Right, listen, we're on a mission to get up to the top of this sand dune, because up there is the most incredible view ever of this moon Crescent Lake, the Crescent Moon Lake. I say that because I've actually been here once before, but you didn't see that on the channel, so I'm kind of glad to be here once again to show you. The last time I was here, I ended up getting one of these camel rides. Right, here we have arrived at the Crescent Lake, and I just can't get my head around the fact that this is actually a natural phenomena. Actually, the last time I came, I thought it was rengong, I thought it was man-made. But this time I've learned that it's actually a natural thing, a natural occurrence. This has existed for hundreds of years, but around 50 years ago, over the years, it started to deplete a little bit. It was around 7 meters deep, and then it sort of went down to about 1.5 meters deep. So what the local government did about 15 years ago in 2006, they actually refilled the lake, and ever since then it's kept a healthy sort of level. So what puzzles me is how the hell sand has not completely smothered this lake. Now, I looked it up, and it's essentially the cross-ventilation theory. It's the way the wind is in this area. The wind actually flows in the opposite direction over the sand dunes, going away from the lake in every direction. So right now there is a little bit of sand in the lake, but not enough to completely dry it out. And that's been that way for so long. And these sand dunes around it are absolutely huge. It just really blows me away how there's literally, in the middle of the Gobi Desert, there's shrubbery, there's plants, there's greenery, and a lake. It's kind of incredible, to be honest. Something that really fascinates me about China is that there's such a huge market for internal domestic tourism that even when they don't have a bunch of international tourists come in, obviously, especially in this time because of COVID, you just take a look around and see how many people are here. And this is not even a holiday time. I can imagine at holiday time, this is absolutely packed. It just kind of makes me understand a little bit more about China don't really need the rest of the world in terms of tourism. You know, somewhere like Thailand or Vietnam, their whole economy to an extent is based on tourism because there's such beautiful places there and they get so many tourists because it's quite cheap. But you know, here it's just not the same. I'll tell you something, it isn't half dry in these northwestern provinces. Look at this on my arm. I have these all over my skin at the moment because it's just so dry and my lips are like crusty. Every time in the night I'm waking up several times and my mouth is like sandpaper. It's so different to Shenzhen. Obviously Shenzhen is a very tropical climate, so it's kind of the opposite issue. You're outside and you're like soaking wet in about 10 minutes. So right now I'm at the pagoda that's just next to the lake, and this was actually not built until the 1980s. So before that it was simply just the lake, and as you can see now there's a kind of traditional piece of infrastructure that's next to it, which has obviously become a huge tourist destination since that time. We've just come into the museum and found that in 2002 it actually snowed here and completely covered the area in snow. But I've just been told that that's very rare to happen. But wow, imagine if you're here when it completely is covered in snow. A desert covered in snow. Wow, that must be super beautiful. Right, it's time. I know you've all been waiting for it, but it is time to go up to the top of these 100 to 200 meter tall sand dunes. They actually have a ladder. They have a ladder going up to help you get up, and we're gonna see what the view is like up there. And I've been there before and it is worldly. And the ascent begins. I definitely recommend, if you ever do come up to the northwest of China into Gansu, to come to this place. It's 120 RMB for a ticket to get in, which is around about $20, which ain't the cheapest, but it's definitely worth it. As you ascend, you can see the view behind you just getting better, and better. When you get to the top, it's gonna be amazing. And I'm gonna go all the way up there. Still climbing, almost there. I'm not gonna look at the view until I get to the top. Whoa, this is harder than I thought it'd be. Finally made it to the top. And would you just take a look at that? I really underestimated how hard that would be, because up here you don't have the ladder to help, so it's much more difficult. But you have to beat your mind, you have to do it, and you're rewarded with that view. Pretty amazing. So we're on the top of the mountain and I've come across a subscriber. What's your name, mate?
I'm Edward.
And he's in Gansu province traveling as well, right?
Yep.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for watching the videos, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you too.
And it's good to see you here. And thanks for coming to say hello.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, good man. Right, as I was talking about at the start of the video, something that was really puzzling me and I want your input on is China has literally every kind of thing you would want to see. It's got beaches in the south in Hainan. It's got mountains all over China. You've got crazy landscapes like Zhangjiajie, like the Avatar Mountains. You've got deserts in the northwest. You've got huge cities with crazy technology. Basically, there's a lot to offer, right? But at the same time, like, you don't hear about a lot of people wanting to come to China and visit it and experience it for themselves. And I'm really trying to work out why that is. I think one of the main reasons why that is, especially for people my age, is it seems kind of like difficult to travel here as a tourist. You know, before I was talking about Thailand and Vietnam being reliant on tourism. That means that everything's set up for new tourists. You know, it's super easy for a new traveler to go there and you know, make their way around, and a lot of people talk English even in the service industry, so it makes it very easy and comfortable for a traveler. China's not that easy, you know, you have to go through the visa application, you have to, you know, you should really learn a few words of Chinese. In the big cities it's not a big issue because a lot of people speak English, but if you want to travel to all these destinations, you know, there's not that much English speaking, so I think that kind of puts people off a little bit. And also, it seems like, you know, when I was younger, I never ever heard of anyone talking about traveling to China. And that's such a shame because they've got all those things that I just talked about. And it's one of the most different cultures to our own in England, and you know, you can learn a lot. You know, I'm in the University of Life just by being here, and yeah, I feel very grateful for you all watching and allowing me to travel to these places and bring you content from them. And I just hope we can keep it going and take it to the moon, you know. Oh, pardon the pun, there's literally a moon at Crescent Lake, I didn't even mean that, maybe subconsciously. I tell you, going down is a lot easier than going up. Check this out. Just gotta make sure you don't fall over. Whoa. Like this guy. So there's one more thing I've got to do. I've just come halfway down the hill and I've come across this sand slide, and I've never seen this before. And yeah, I think I'm just about going to have to try it out. Right, here we go. 安不安全？还好，还好，好的。Alright, that was good fun. Anyway, I hope you all did enjoy the video. Make sure you drop a like if you did. And I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments of what I was talking about previously. But yeah, thank you all for supporting us and following us. It means the world to us, allows us to travel around and do what we do. So we will see you in the next one. For now, take care.